I started doing YMTC, I have so many new friends and just people who I care about and who care about me, and it's like being part of a second family and part of a second home that I really love. So yeah.
One of the things that the students at YMTC have is that amazing sense of collaboration with their peers and their connection to each other.
We met through Sweeney Todd last summer.
She's one of my closest
and now we're
friends
super
now.
close, and it's kind of like a second friend group that you can go to outside of school, which is really nice.
The students get in the room together and they experience each other in this very visceral, very somatic way. They're so at home and they're so comfortable, not just with each other, but with themselves in their own bodies. And it's extremely moving to see that, and I think very, very meaningful.
There's nothing that feels better than like a collaborative experience that a bunch of people are making something happen, like from the ground up, like starting a show, not knowing it, and then creating it and kind of making something amazing to share with people at the end of it. That whole process is so unique and extraordinary that while I'm in a show, it's kind of all I can think about.
And then it's just soft. And it's one thing that we say a lot is it's not great in spite of them being young. It's great because they're young. YMTC is a really special and singular organization for a couple reasons. First of all, we provide year-round training to students from as far as Pinole all the way down to the peninsula and all over the Bay Area to come together and study musical theater. Secondly, we provide training at all levels of production, both the students on stage performing, even sometimes along professional adults, backstage with professional designers, in the orchestra pit with the musicians, and as assistant directors and other crew. Lastly, and most importantly, I think what makes us unique is the adventurous programming that we do with our season. We do a range from newly commissioned works created by the students with professional Broadway composers and writers, and we also do classics like Fiddler on the Roof and Cabaret and West Side Story.
The Officer Krupke were very upset. We never had a love that ever traveled again.
Automobile in America, Romeo Steel in America, White Mobile in America, Baby Deal in America.
And then also adventurous middle ground works that don't get produced often, like Sunday in the Park with George that we just closed. There have only been a few productions of that in the Bay Area ever in its 30-year existence. And these young people want to do these works and they need a chance to do that.
What sets YMTC apart from other youth companies for musical theater is that every single person who participates in the show is treated like a professional, like a young professional, even if, we are 14 or 15 and we're not actually adults yet, we're treated as though we are, and we're given the responsibility of putting on a really high caliber production.
We'll always gleam with the promise of happiness and the freedom you live to know. We'll travel with head held high.
When I first came to direct with YMTC, it was really a community organization run by one man who was a dad whose daughters loved music theater. I became the artistic director in 2004, and since that time, YMTC has really grown enormously and has emerged as one of the more important training companies in theater in the Bay Area. So YMTC, for the first time, is partnering with the city of Berkeley and has been given a lease on 2 buildings in Aquatic Park. And we are beginning a capital campaign this spring. We are going to be raising money to be renovating the buildings, and we will create a real hub for our students and for our new arts community in Berkeley. Audiences more and more are coming to YMTC not just to support the students who are being trained at an excellent level, but because they know they're going to have an amazing live theater experience.
I'm incredibly impressed with how old they are and how good they are.
Singing and acting beyond their years, yeah.
I'm just so overwhelmed by how terrific the show is.
It's so great to have this space to go and do what I love to do the most, and everybody here, is just so happy and grateful to be here and wants to be here.
YMTC is at a really thrilling juncture right now in our history, in that we're potentially about to be seen on a national stage. We are commissioning a new work with award-winning writers Dave Malloy and Krista Knight, who are coming from New York to work with our students on developing a new musical. And it's an amazing opportunity for our students. They will be creating roles for the first time that could very easily go on to be performed then in another production on Broadway in 5 years. Our dream is to have a performance space of our own. We would love to have a beautiful theater right here in Berkeley. We would be able to reach out to a broader audience, to more students, to bring them to the place where we are in a consistent way.
I don't think there's really a better way to get experience in the theater and in musical theater than by actually doing productions and getting to do really, really high quality productions like the ones that YMTC puts on.
The reason YMTC is so special is because it's this fertile playground to work with these young people and to learn from them. They bring this passion that is so unbridled and that we lose over time as adults, that to work with them and to be there when they're introduced to a show for the first time or have some epiphany is a magical, magical thing. It reminds me why I do what I do. And I don't come here to inspire them, they end up inspiring me.